Hey, it's Tony Vlahos speaking today by Skype again with ExecuNet founder and CEO Dave Opton. Dave, how are you doing?
I'm doing okay, Tony. Thanks.
Terrific. And today we're going to talk about what an executive who is in job search must do in the early days and weeks of the search in order to set the right pace and be successful for the long haul. So Dave, I'm going to open it up. Tell us what an executive needs to do.
Well, this may sound a little strange, but I think the first thing you need to do is uh, cool it.
Cool it.
Uh-huh. And what I mean by that is most people, and particularly certainly people who are members here, tend to be kind of type A personalities. That means we're folks who are pretty used to initiating things, to doing things quickly, to getting results, and jumping in and making it happen. When it comes to a search, however, you've heard the phrase first impressions are lasting
Hmm.
impressions. And that definitely is true, particularly in terms of the kinds of interactions that we have today, whether they're via Skype, via email, or whatever. Attention spans tend to be measured in nanoseconds, not minutes. And therefore, before you jump into the marketplace, once you've decided to get into a search, you need to kind of take a step back. Don't go at it in what is referred to as a ready, fire, aim approach, but rather thoughtfully be able to make real decisions about what do I want to do? How do I want to accomplish this? In what order do I want to do this? What frame of mind am I in? How am I going to communicate this effectively, knowing full well that you're not going to have lots of time to do that, irrespective of what channel you decide to use. So it's take a step back and get yourself ready. And another way to think about that, particularly from a business perspective, for example, is, and again, if you buy the argument that the product we're trying to sell here is you, then you want to think about how do I want to launch this product? And you think it through like you would a product. What are the features? What are the potential objections that someone would have to buying this product? And how do I develop the narrative, if you will, the tactics and the strategies that will help overcome those objections? So I think the key message here is make sure that you think your way through and then you go out into the marketplace when you're really prepared, whether that's with your marketing materials or the story you have to tell.
How do you begin to let people you know, whether they are close to you or what we call weaker ties, how do you let them know that you are embarking on this search? I know it's a concern for a lot of executives when they are facing this proposition.
I think, well, first of all, I don't think you contrive it.
Hmm.
And I think the important thing, and again, this is part of what I meant about thinking it through first. Once you are committed to something and you really truly believe it in yourself, and you know, and you're able to articulate that, it will come up in conversation in terms of how are you doing, what are you thinking about. You don't necessarily have to say, well, I'm real unhappy with where I am, and therefore I think I'm going to make a change. You can put it in the terms of, well, I've been at ABC Corp now for 6 or 7 years. The challenges are kind of different now than they were before, and so I'm kind of think about other things that I might be able to do uh, to increase the satisfaction that I get from doing this. I mean, people can say it in their own words, but again, I think it's a question of thinking it through in terms of how you want to convey how you feel.
Hmm.
And as long as those feelings are genuine, people will understand that and usually try to help you as well.
Sure. That's awesome. Well, we're going to press pause and continue our Skype with Dave in our next session, where we'll talk specifically about the things ExecuNet can do to help executives in search. Stick